Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be all about dunks because as you guys know, there's going to be so many dunk releases this year and I've been getting a lot of questions about sizing and quality and the differences between GS and women's. So I thought I'll do a video to answer all your questions, and if you have more questions you can comment down below and I'll try my best to get back to you. And also, there will be a giveaway in this video, so make sure you guys stay tuned so that you can win a pair of dunks. But yeah, let's just get into the video. So today we're going to be talking about non-SB dunks specifically. So these are SB dunks, so we're not going to be talking about any of these. We are going to be talking about these dunks, which are non-SB dunks, and I have highs and lows to talk about. And yeah, I think the first thing that I want to talk about is sizing. So I've asked a lot of my friends and we all agree that the dunks fit true to size. So just go for your regular sizing and you should be good. So I'll use myself as an example. My true to size is a men's US 6, and in Jordan 1s I am a men's US 6. And then if you guys want a Yeezy comparison, I'm usually a men's 6.5 in the 350 V2s. I find those to be a little bit snug, that's why I have gone half a size up. So first of all, you need to establish your true to size and you can go for that same size with the dunks. However, if you do go half a size up, I don't think that would hurt either. So I have some of the dunks in a men's 6 and then some of them in a 6.5. So these, for example, I have them in a men's 6.5 and I find them to fit okay. There is a little bit of room, but I don't find it to be uncomfortable or anything. And this I have in my true to size, which is a men's 6 or 6Y, and they fit good as well. Personally for me, I find that the dunks fit true to size, and I know that sizing is quite subjective. It really depends on how you like your sneakers to fit. Of course, it will be better if you can try a pair on before you purchase it, but you guys know that is not always the case. So yeah, go true to size, you should be good. So once you've figured out your true to size, the next thing you need to know is the sizing between like men's, women's and GS sizing, because that is one of the questions I get asked a lot. They have a really helpful chart on the Nike website, so I'll make sure to link it down below so you guys can check it out. And again, I'll use myself as an example. My true to size is a men's US 6 and that converts to a women's 7.5. So to get your women's sizing, you just need to add 1.5 sizes and that is your women's sizing. And if you only know your women's sizing, you just have to subtract 1.5 and that gives you your men's sizing. And also the men's sizing is same as the GS sizing. So I'm a men's 6 and that makes me a 6Y. And if you're still unsure, I think one of the best ways is to also figure out your European sizing, so the EU sizing. On the box here you can see that it says 38.5 and I have a men's pair versus the GS sizing and you can see it pretty much is the same sizing. So hopefully that is a little bit helpful because I know a lot of you guys are quite confused when it comes to GS sizing, and honestly I don't have many pairs of sneakers in GS sizing, so I had to look into it. But yes, your men's sizing is same as your GS sizing. So okay, I hope that was clear enough in terms of sizing. So now let's talk about the differences between men's and women's, because there are selected colors that are considered women's releases and then there are others that are men's. To me, I feel like all sneakers are unisex, so if they fit and you think that they look good, then you should just wear them. However, the only problem when it comes to women's and men's is the sizing. So here is an example. These are the dunk highs that released this year. I have here the Vase Grays, which is a men's release, and then this Football Grey is a women's release, and well, this is a size 9. Obviously you can see this is not my size. So the Coast Dunks is also considered a women's release. So if you are a guy wanting to buy these colorways, you just need to figure out your women's sizing. So like I said before, you just need to add 1.5 sizes and that will be your women's sizing. But keep in mind that because it's a women's release, the size run doesn't run that big, so you may not be able to get your size if you have like a men's size 12 or 13 feet, if that makes any sense. Another thing that you need to keep in mind when you're buying a women's release is that it tends to be a little bit more narrow. So I'd recommend going half a size up if you're a guy wanting to buy the women's release, because yeah, you don't want it to be too snug. Unless you have narrow feet, then you can just go for your regular sizing. But I think to be on the safe side, if you go half a size up, you should be good. So with the men's releases, vice versa, if you're someone like me who wants to buy the men's release, the only issue would be sizing, because sometimes the men's colorway don't run as small. So for the Vast Grays, for example, at the Nike store that I went to, the smallest that they had was a men's US 7. And as you guys know, my true size is a men's US 6, but because I wanted it so badly, sometimes I settle for a men's US 7. So for example, this is a 6. This is a 7. But I feel like with high tops, I can get away with wearing like a larger size, because it doesn't, like, you can't see your heel slipping if the sneakers are too big. So yeah, if you're a girl wanting to buy like men's sizing, that is the only issue. You'll find that they don't run as small. So yeah, most of the men's releases, I think it would be a men's 7, which is EU 40, which is a women's 8.5. So if you're within that size range, then you should be fine. But I know some of you girls have much smaller feet, so you have that issue with finding your sizing. So that is the difference between men's and women's. In terms of the quality between the men's and women's, I would say they are the same. I will touch on the differences between the releases last year and the dunks that came out this year. The ones that are releasing this year are more GR, meaning they are more general release. You'll be able to find them at your main sneaker stores. So here in Australia, it was Foot Locker, JD Sport, Hype DC, whereas the dunks that released last year, so this one is an example, the Kentucky, the Syracuse, and the University Red. There are a few other colorways that released last year. So these are SP releases, meaning they are special project, and I find that the quality is a lot better with the upper of the sneaker compared to the releases this year. I'll show you guys the differences in a little bit. So next up, let's talk about the differences between women's and grade school sizing. So I have the Panda Dunks in the women's sizing as well as the grade school sizing. So the grade school one I have in a 6Y, which is a men's US 6, and then with the women's size I have it in an 8, so it's like 6.5. It's half a size up. However, when I have it on feet, you can definitely tell that there is a difference in terms of the quality as well as the fit. When you compare them side by side, you'll notice that the GS sizing is a lot more slimmer and narrow. Hopefully my B-roll is somewhat helpful, but I can definitely see a difference as well as feel it on feet. Now, if you have like narrow feet or just regular, if you're a girl buying GS sizing and you don't have particularly wide feet, you should be fine. You can just go for your regular sizing. The other thing I've noticed that in terms of the quality, if you look at the insole of your sneaker when you first buy it, there is a little sticker on the insole, and that tells you the materials that the sneakers are made of. So I noticed on the GS pair, it says that the upper is constructed with leather/synthetic, whereas when you look at the women's release, the upper says all leather. So I think with the GS sizing, there is a mix of material in terms of the upper of the sneaker. But the retail price is also cheaper when it comes to the GS sizing. So this retailed for 110 Australian dollars, whereas the women's sizing retails for 150 Australian dollars. So there is a slight price difference there, and I think that's mainly because of the material on the upper of the sneaker. I also noticed that there is a different lace used when it comes to the GS and women's sizing. You can see that the one on the GS pair kind of looks like the laces. It kind of just looks like the laces that were on last year's dunk actually. With the women's pair, you can see that the laces seem to be a little bit more tightly woven. I don't think that is a big issue. I think that's just something I noticed. Another thing that I noticed is that the tongue runs a bit higher on the women's sizes compared to the GS pair. So you can see that when it's on feet. Again, it's not something like super noticeable. I don't think it really affects the comfort or anything, but it is still a small detail that you might want to note. In terms of comfort, I can't really tell a difference. I feel like they both fit fine. Obviously, the GS pair is a little bit more narrow, but it's not uncomfortable either. So, I mean, I have not worn them like out and about to know how they will crease and how they would age over time. But for right now, in terms of sizing, the GS pair is just slightly more narrow. So if you're comparing the GS size to the women's and then to the men's, sorry, I'll just use the Syracuse as an example, you'll see that the GS pair would be the most narrow, and then this one is slightly wider, and then the men's would be the widest, if that makes any sense at all. And hopefully, so far, you're finding this video helpful. So now I want to talk about the dunks that released last year and the dunks that released this year. So like I mentioned before, the dunks this year is going to be more GR, meaning that it's going to be way more obtainable because the stock allocation is going to be a lot higher, and they're going to be available at your main sneaker stores. You know, like your Foot Locker. I don't know what stores you guys have overseas, but here we have Foot Locker, JD Sport, and Hype DC. I think those would be the main ones, and they should be releasing the dunks in different colorways this year, whereas last year the dunks were a lot harder to get. A lot of places ran raffles for them, and the places that released them were more so like smaller sneaker boutiques and stuff. You wouldn't find this at your general release sneaker stores. And also, I forgot to mention, obviously you can get it on the Nike sneakers app, right? I've never had luck on there, so I'm just giving up on the sneakers app. But with the dunks last year, they were obviously a little bit harder to get your hands on, and they were considered Nike SPs, meaning special project, and that means the quality is meant to be more premium compared to your general release pair. And I can personally say that I can tell a difference. So when you look at the leather on the upper of the sneaker with the pair that released this year, this is the Coast Dunk like I mentioned before, you'll find that the leather just looks a little bit more synthetic, even though that little sticker on the insole does say it's all leather. I think they've just used maybe a cheaper quality of leather to construct these sneakers, whereas with the dunks that released last year, I find them to be a lot softer, and even the way they crease, they just seem to look different. I've worn my Coast Dunks once already, so I have this one over here with my little Murakami flower, and I don't know if you guys can tell, but there is some creasing over here, and I just feel like the way it creases is just not the same. Maybe the kind of leather that they've used isn't as flexible as the ones that released last year. There's just like a different kind of sheen or shine with these ones here, whereas with the releases this year, it does look more matte and again more synthetic like I mentioned before. So that would be the main difference. Like in terms of fit and sizing, everything is the same because it is essentially the same silhouette. And yeah, you guys know that I've been loving the dunks, and I'm gonna try my best to get all the colorways that are releasing this year. And then I also wanted to show you guys my most recent pickup. So these are some dunks that released this year as well that are not SB. So like I mentioned before, SB dunks would be these ones here. They're under Nike skateboarding, and yeah, they're a little bit more padded and stuff because they are designed for skateboarding. But this one here is a non-GR release. So this is the medium curry dunks in low. This one here on the box says Nike Dunk Low Retro PRM, and PRM stands for premium. So the materials that I use on this sneaker is supposed to be more premium compared to your general release. And again, I can definitely tell the difference. I showed this in one of my previous vlogs, but the suede on this is just so fluffy and so nice, and I just love this colorway so much. So this is the medium curry dunks, and then also they came out with a pair of highs in this release. So this one here is the Dunk highs in the dark curry, and again, this is considered a premium pair, so you can see the quality is definitely there with these ones. The suede is super buttery, and then you get this like fluffy suede, and I love this colorway. So these two as well are releases from this year, but you will not find them at your general release store. You'll probably see raffles for them, or they will be released in a more limited quantity compared to these dunks that released this year. Hold on, wait. Let me see which ones. Okay, these ones are from this year. Okay, sorry, I'm all over the place, but these ones are from earlier this year. So yeah, I feel like I touched on everything that I wanted to talk about in this video. If I forgot to mention anything, I'll make sure to write it in the description bar below so you guys can check that out. What else do I want to say? Yeah, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comment section below and I'll try my best to get back to you. And now that we're almost towards the end of the video, I told you guys that there was going to be a giveaway. So in this video, I want to give away a pair of Coast Dunks. So I actually have a brand new pair here. Look, I'm not giving you the pair I've worn. This is my worn pair. This is a new pair. That would be so weird if I gave you guys a worn pair. But I have a brand new pair here of the Coast Dunks. And this is a women's release. So I got this in a men's 6.5, which is a women's US 8. I'm just looking at the box here so that I tell you guys the right information. I want to give away this pair as a thank you to you guys because I appreciate all of your support and for always watching my videos and stuff, and I just love you guys so much. And because I have an extra pair, I thought it would be great to do a giveaway. So to enter the giveaway, make sure you are subscribed to my YouTube channel as well as following me on Instagram. I'll make sure to link it down below as well. And yeah, just leave me a comment in this video. It can be anything and I will just pick a winner. So I think I'll leave the giveaway to be open till Valentine's Day, maybe. I think today, I don't even know what the date is today, but let's leave the giveaway open till Valentine's Day, and then that is when I will stop. Like, that's when the giveaway closes and I'll pick a winner. So I'll probably announce the winner in my next vlog. I will write it in the title so you guys know. But yeah guys, that is all for me today. I really hope you enter the giveaway. This is a new pair of Coast Dunks. I know that the release keeps getting delayed for you guys in the States or EU. I don't know whether that has released for you guys, but obviously the release has happened here in Australia. And yeah, they released it at so many different stores. Also, I want to mention that the giveaway is open internationally. So you can be anywhere, and if you win this pair, I will ship them to you. I'm so excited for whoever that gets this pair because it is such a nice colorway. I've already done a video about them in my like Farfetch haul. If you guys want to see what they look like on feet, you can go watch that video. That is pretty much it for me today. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope I was quite clear with what I was trying to say because I've gotten so many questions about sizing and the differences and stuff. So I really hope that I answered all your questions. And yeah, please make sure to leave a comment below. Please enter my giveaway. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. I would really appreciate that. And I will see you really, really soon. Bye!